What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. As always, as I promised you before my last video, I am doing a game room tour. Because of the amount of items that I have in here, I am going to split this into a couple of episodes. So, get more detail on the stuff that I'm showing you, and the video is not an hour long. I don't want you to have to sit behind the computer forever just watching and getting bored. So I'm going to split this into a couple segments. So please enjoy. Here is part 1. We're going to start up in the corner with my 2600 games and my Intellivision games. Here's all my boxed Intellivision games. Got a bunch of them. Also got 2 of the ones that talk if you have the voice simulator. Star Trek, that's actually for the 2600, so that's kind of randomly in there. Some more for the Intellivision and a Masters of the Universe for the Intellivision. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid growing up, so I had to get the game. There's some Pac-Man games. One of these was my uncle's, and it was passed down to me. And one of these I picked up on a Craigslist steal for $20, so that was a pretty good deal. There's my NES Classic Edition. No, I did not spend $300, $3,000, or $10,000 for this. I spent $59.99 because I happened to get lucky going to the store and they had one. So wait around. If you're looking for one of those, you'll find one. Don't spend these stupid eBay prices and let scalpers get their way and make all this money. Let's make them throw their money away. So we'll stay up top here. We have Fairchild Channel F system games, all boxed. I'm missing a couple. I'm missing 6, 7, and then everything past 17. Which once it gets past 17, the games get harder and harder to come by. They're more expensive. It's no fun trying to find them. Right there, I was the 1000th subscriber contest winner from Canadian Retro. That's the shirt he had made for me. This is just the sleeve. It actually has Retro J on the back, and it has a little logo of Canadian Retro up front. So if you're watching Canadian Retro, thank you. I still got the shirt. As you can see, I just put it in here. I don't have room to hang it up. These games here are for the APF MP1000. And I have 4 of them boxed. Close to new. Some of these, are unpunched. Very obscure system. Aquarius. I got Utopia boxed there for the Aquarius. I got the Finform for Aquarius. I got some Vectrix games boxed. Commodore, Bally, Astrocade. And then up here is a Vectrix multi-cart, which has all the Vectrix games on one cartridge. So if I don't want to collect them all, I don't have to, but it is really cool to come across Vectrix games in the box. This is a link that I got from, what was that? Spencer's. It was a Spencer's special edition. Pac-Man 2 cartridge for the selected game machine. Now, that's one of the systems I don't have, and it is incredibly hard to find. It is a interchangeable cartridge portable system. Very, very obscure. I'd like to run across the system just so I have one, but I've only ever seen one up on eBay, period, within the last year and a half at least. And it's like $300. It's some stupid price, and it's just the system. So, but maybe one day. Here's just some random N64 games I haven't put away yet. I do got some good ones in there. I got Star Soldier, Worms Armageddon, Bomberman, 64 Second Attack. Got some Jones, some Buck Bumble, some Snowboard Kids, Rat Attack. Lots of good stuff in there. F1 Race, complete for the Game Boy. These are all Vectrix games right there. Got some Super Famicom games. The keyboard controller for the Atari, so you can play the programming game, because that's fun. We have the Game Com cartridges here, a couple of those. These here are Odyssey 2 games. There's Conquest of the World. I got 2 copies of Quest for the Rings. And I got these from a bigger lot deal that I had that was a fairly decent deal. So I have 2 Quest for the Rings. And a random Dragon Quest 6 Realms box. This just held empty cases to display the fact that the store was selling them. Or you could put, it came with empty cases, but you could put real games in there, I guess. My stack up I got from a Craigslist deal. Thank you again if you're watching my video. I don't even know if the guy subscribed to me, but this was a really awesome deal. It does have that little blemish, more than a blemish, but besides that, the rest of it's complete in really good condition. We got Mario Paint, Shenmue 2. Quick story about Shenmue 2. I was a huge fan of Shenmue 1 when I got my Dreamcast, and I found out Shenmue 2 was coming out, and unfortunately, those bastards didn't release it on the Dreamcast because they ended up releasing it on the Xbox, and we didn't get it here. And I was mad. I didn't want to go buy an Xbox for Shenmue 2, which belonged in the Dreamcast. So I had a friend that I knew that worked in our mall, and he had this copy here, which it's not dubbed or anything, but it has subtitles, so you can at least read it. So I picked that up from him. I got that for like $80 from him. At the time, it was a pretty good deal. I believe that game's worth quite a bit more now. And then I got the disc that allows you to play foreign games on the Dreamcast, so I was able to play it on that. And we got a soundtrack for Final Fantasy X, Code Veronica, looks like a PAL game, a Japanese Code Veronica, making of Resident Evil 4 disc, Seal, Legend of Mana soundtrack, and then we got some, these are the Radio Shack TRS-80 games boxed. Got quite a few of those. And then down here, let's go backwards now, we got Odyssey 2 games, all complete in the box. Fairly hard to get type and tell. So there's all those right there. And then as we get towards the beginning, we get the hard to get ones: Attack of the Time Lord, P.T. Barnum's Acrobats, and the Holy Grail game for the system, Power Lords. I picked this up at Fallout Games for $30, and it's now worth well over $200. It took a huge jump in price, and I bought this game maybe a year ago. Maybe less. I haven't had it for a very long time. I'm pretty happy I picked that up when I did. So now I can actually, I'm not too many games away from having a complete Odyssey 2 set in the box. So got those out of the way. So I just got to try to find the rest of them. Next, we have this is the Emerson Arcadia. Trying to get a whole set of these. Pretty much, I'm having a heck of a time now finding any more than what I have. And you see, back then they used to number the cartridges like you saw with the Fairchild, but I'm missing a couple here. You can tell. I've seen a couple on there that I don't have that ended up going for like $200-$300 a piece, and I got these ones for virtually nothing. So the fact that there are games within this set that go for that much is probably just same thing. Guys are trying to collect the set, and they just happen to see this one game online that they want, and they're selling for a bunch of money. Cat Tracks is very easy to get. A lot of these space games, anyone wants to say space on it, Space Vulture, Space Raider, Space Attack, Space Mission, those are all really easy to get. So when you see some of those other ones, you pick them up. Now Atari Jaguar, all boxed. Everything I have is boxed for the Atari Jaguar. Yep. And actually, best game on the system, I think, Alien vs. Predator. Very fun first-person shooter game. And I'm sure most of you guys watching are aware what that game is. So this is a really good version of it. We got Doom. That's a good version of Doom. And going over the 64 games. So real quick here, my Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. That's the game to get for the system if you're going for a set. This is the hardest one to get. I found this for $250 at Azia Records, now worth closer to $400, maybe $350 to $400. It's insane how much this game has gone up in price simply because it was a Blockbuster exclusive rental game, so you couldn't just go to the store and buy it. And a lot of games here. Some of these games I bought brand new when they came out because I was living on my own. So we got GoldenEye, Donkey Kong, Duke Nukem, Castlevania. I really like these games. Some people don't. I don't know why. I think these are better 3D versions of the Castlevania games than the PS2 ones, in my opinion. PS2 ones felt repetitive, and I really dislike repetitive games. This one did not, however. This one, every time you went to a different level, it was just different. Things were different, and it didn't feel like you were doing the same thing over and over and over again, which I really enjoyed about it. It had rough controllers and it had a rough camera, but if you can get past that, the game was actually fairly good, in my opinion. Had one of the best ending bosses in any Castlevania game, in my opinion. Zelda, one is the collector's edition, one is the normal. Bought those when they came out. Trilogy, the Mario Parties, Turok 1, one of my favorite first-person shooters on that system. I liked it better in 2 and 3. As you can see, these are not in order right now. I just kind of threw them up there. That is next to do in the room, is to alphabetize everything. Perfect Dark still has the wrap on it. This is about the time I started cutting the wrap on top, keeping things clean. Ogre Battle 64, I got that on a really good Craigslist deal. I got a whole bunch of good games on a Craigslist deal. I wish I had recorded it, but I had a crappy camera. I didn't even think about it at the time. I was just too excited. I was going and getting this giant load of massive load of games worth three to four times more than what I was paying for it. So Resident Evil, one of my favorite series, and yeah, Killer Instinct, really good game. So moving on, going to Super Nintendo games. We got SimCity, Secret of Mana, Star Fox. Again, a lot of these games I bought them when they came out, or they were presents. Soul Blazer, this Zelda here, fantastic condition. So good condition that I decided to shrink wrap it, because I think I popped it in once, because this was the second copy I had bought when it was out, and I still have my original copy. I think I bought it because I lost mine, and then I found it. So this one is pretty pristine. Ogre Battle, Super Evermore, Super Metroid. Again, bought this when it came out. It's in really good condition. I put all my boxes to my games in the closet, and they kept my games out to play them. And I kept the boxes, and they didn't get touched for years and years and years. So when I decided to break them back out, once I found out you could buy these protective cases for them. Super Pinball, amazing game. You've probably seen this in previous videos of mine, how much I really like this pinball game. Mortal Kombat, Hard to Get Home Improvement. And just some more, just like Wheel of Fortune and Monopoly, who cares. And then let's go to the Atari, since I kind of skipped the rest of that row. So box Atari games. Basic Math, $5 game with the box. $100 game. Apparently people threw the box away on that game, and I've got one in really good shape. I thought that was kind of weird. So here's my Atari games, my box ones anyways. I really love the Atari. It was my very first system growing up. A lot of fond memories of the Atari. And right here kind of starts the these are Activision Dragster, Grand Prix. I really loved Grand Prix growing up. Pitfall 1 and 2. Then we get to the Sears telegames. Haunted House Adventure, great games. And then some what are these, Coleco here, Carnival. Oh yeah, it's not a Coleco, but you know, Donkey Kong is Nintendo, but if you look at it, it's Coleco put them out. Adventure, Carnival, Mousetrap, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fast Food, Dracula, Phaser Patrol. This actually comes with the supercharger that allows you to play cassette games made for the Atari on the system. NET, the worst game ever, by popularity, worst game ever. I actually didn't mind that game too much. Okay, and we got some Froggo games by Froggo, and I almost take down my games. I better not take those out. Anyways, games from Froggo, Task Force, Sea Hunt, Cruise Missile, Tapeworm, Worm Zapper, and then Star Raiders, which came with a cool little pad. When I was a kid, I really thought that was like the coolest thing. The game's not much to the game actually. It's just flying through space. Box games for the 7800, just resealed. I got a lot of these resealed from Zia's. They like to reseal their stuff because I have all those open. Atari 5800 stuff. Centipede, Kicks, Pac-Man, Jungle Hunt, Frogger, ColecoVision game, Moonsweeper. I got that from Retro Remix Nation, as well as the Atari 400, 800 States and Capitals. And then last up here are these Nintendo Turtle games. Now, these play like the Turtles arcade games, but the guy who put this together, Pack and Sack, made one for all 4 Turtles individually. Have not had a chance to play those. I definitely want to try them out. I just haven't. All right, these are games I made cases for because I don't have the box. So we got Super Castlevania 4, which I traded for in high school. I traded somebody another game for this, and that was the best decision I ever made because that's my favorite Castlevania, period. Dracula X, I made a trade with a buddy, Mr. NES Guy. If you've seen him in my links before, we made a trade back when we were in school, and I gave him 7th Saga back then, and he was kicking himself in the butt. But if you watch one of our hunts, he did get lucky, and he found a Dracula X for like $40, and I'm talking less than a year ago. So, and he ended up finding 2 Dracula X's that same day. He got a killer deal on both of them. He got both of them for cheaper than what it's worth. So I'll find that video and I'll put it into the link if you guys want to check it out. We got Clock Tower. This is a repro cart because it didn't come out here. Earthbound, Evo. Game's going up in price like crazy. Good game. Final Fantasy, repro cart, Zelda repros. All the Mega Man 7, X1, 2, and 3. Rock and Roll Radical Dreamers. This is a Super Famicom game. I have it on a repro cart. For those of you who don't know, this is technically Chrono Cross for the PlayStation 1. It doesn't play like that. It's more of a story-driven game, so you're gonna have to like play it or watch something on YouTube to kind of understand what happens with that game. It's interesting. Star Fox 2 I picked up at last Game On Expo I went to. Some more random games. I don't think there's Mystical Ninja, Super Ghost and Goblins. I got a good deal on that. Contra 3, Mr. Nuts, Sonic Blastman 1 and 2, Sunset Riders. What is this? Street Racer, Randomness, Mario, Fun with Numbers, and Earthworm Jim. Super Venture Island 2, grab it while you can. I picked it up when it was like $20. It's going for much more than $20 now, but it's a Legend of Zelda 2 style game. You got your map, you got your little enemies that pop up randomly, and you fight them like you would in the second Zelda game. But it's a good game. Mario Kart, Mario World, another repro, Return to Dinosaur Island. Turtles, Terra Enigma. Get this game if you are a fan of Illusion of Gaia or Soul Blazer. This is the 3rd in the trilogy. It never made it here, so this is a repro cart I had to get. It's well worth the money. I think I spent $40 on that. I can't imagine it's much more than that because it's a repro, but get it. It is awesome. Zombie Ate My Neighbors, and then we go straight into more cartridge games. Chrono Trigger box complete, and Demon's Crest, which is, I picked that up in a previous video, one of my mini hunts, so check that out. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, I bought brand new when they came out. Never picked up 3, kicked myself in the ass all the time for that, and then I actually found this. We were on vacation in San Diego, and I went to Luna Games, and I bought this from Ian at Luna Games. So if you guys are all familiar with Pat the NES Punk, Ian is the guy that talks with him on the podcast. So that was pretty cool to find that there. F-Zero again, bought that when it came out. Illusion of Gaia, bought this from a buddy for $20 back when the game came out. Possibly one of my most favorite SNES games out there. All right, and we got all of them, all the US Virtual Boy games, including the infamous Jack Bros. Really hard game to find, especially boxed and complete like that. Tetris is getting hard to find. A lot of these are just going up in value. Waterworld, another one, very hard to find. All complete. Even the boxed Mario Tennis, which didn't come with the system boxed. You had to buy this separately. Alright, and then we got my Game Boy games, regular Game Boy games. Just picked the box for this bad boy from one of my YouTube subscribers. I subscribe to him too. His name is Bill Benton. If you get a chance, check out his channel. But we made a trade, and he had this box complete, so I had just the cartridge. What I want to do is get all the Castlevania games box complete one day. I'm not too far off, but some of the ones I still need are not cheap. Random Turtles 3, Radical Rescue from NES Guy. Some more games, Final Fantasy games, Kirby, Zelda. This was actually bought for my brother from my mom, and he didn't like it at first, and so I got it. And funny thing is, now he's a die-hard Zelda fan. Anything Zelda comes out, he'll play it. He'll play it 20 times. It doesn't matter. He goes back to games all the time and plays them. He's die-hard Zelda fan, so that's kind of funny that was his, and now it's mine. So then we go right into color games. So I got some Crystallis. That was a good game on the NES. More Zelda games. Metal Gear. For some reason, this game is gone up in price. This game is worth over $100 box. Not sure why. Resident Evil Gaiden, the hardest Resident Evil game to get. This is complete boxed, pristine condition. The game is not very good, but it was a portable Resident Evil game, so I had to get it. I didn't show it on my last video, but when I was at the Game On Expo, I had an additional box complete, minus the game, but I brought it to sell at the Game On Expo, and the infamous Alpha Omega Sin came by, saw it, and we haggled, and I got him a good deal on it, so now he was able to add that to his collection. So that was kind of cool, meeting him and selling him that box. Got Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, great Castlevania games, if you have not played those. Donkey Kong, you can kind of see there's Zeldas, more Zeldas, Zelda, have all the Zeldas, the Metroids, the Marios. Then we come to Dreamcast. So pretty much the best things for Dreamcast. D2 is good, Blue Stinger is interesting, Grandia 2 is good. Illbleed, I still haven't had a chance to play that since my video when I found it. Project Justice, I picked that up not a long time ago. That's a sequel to Rival Schools. It's a fighting game. Shenmue, Resident Evil, Code Veronica. And then I'm not seeing my favorite. Oh, there it is. One of my top 5 all-time favorite RPGs is Skies of Arcadia. If you have not played this game, play it. I expressed that in an earlier video on my channel for 3 Guys Named Retro and the Game Hunters. So check that out. Then we go to PlayStation. Arc the Lad box complete. I got a lot of RPGs for this system. So let's see what you can see here. Oh, Castlevania Chronicles. That's a high price one now. Chrono Cross, another one of my top 5s. So we got here Final Fantasies, the Auto Final Fantasies, Galarians. I love Galarians. If you have not played Galarians, play it. It does have tank controls, but if you're a fan of Resident Evil, you'll probably like it. Legend of Dragoon. The Lunar's complete. Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. Metal Gear. And then the infamous Misadventures of Tron Bonne, which if you've watched my video since the beginning, you'll see I found that for $5 at Goodwill. Ogre Battle Nightmare Creatures. Parasite Eve 1 and 2. All the Resident Evils, including different versions of. I have another Resident Evil 2. It's not in here. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. But this is the first one, and then they re-released it with a DualShock version when Sony released their DualShock system. And that's pretty much what this director's cut is. If you see there, it says DualShock. That was re-released as well as the Greatest Hits. Only way to get the DualShocks and the Greatest Hits. Silent Hill, one of my other all-time favorite survival horror games. Suikoden 2. Tales of Destiny 1 and 2. These games are skyrocketing in price as well. Bought those for $20 a piece back in the day at GameStop. Vagrant Story, Wild Arms, Record Profile was given. That was given to me by a good friend that used to live here. Xenogears, Big Box, Resident Evil, Link, the most horrible faces of evil. Ugh. And then Wand of Gamelon for the CDI. And then an unreleased Super Mario Wacky World. Now, this is something I found on eBay because I wanted to check it out. It was never released because the system sucked for Mario, or for Nintendo games. They completely trashed them. They're horrible. This game is maybe the only one that's somewhat playable, and it's a puzzle game, Hotel Mario. Alright, so that's that. Some more random stuff, and it looks like a couple more PlayStation games. These are just empty boxes, nothing big. More Dreamcast random stuff that I need to work into the library better. And here is my TurboGrafx stuff. So we got Bloody Wolf, we got 2 of the Bonk games, Deep Blue, Keith Courage, nobody cares about Keith Courage, Superstar Soldier, good game, Splatterhouse, Ease 3, Wanderers from Ease, Tailspin. So that's what I got for that. And then here's some PCFX games. There's 2 of them. Blue Breaker and Pia Carrot. I have 3 other ones, but I haven't noticed them in here, so they must still be packed somewhere. And here's my Atari games. As I said, I was a huge Atari fan. I bought this from some kid on the bus for, I think, $1 or something back when I was in elementary school. Still have it, same cartridge. Here's some more here. Get some more, rare ones. Pete Rose Baseball. Some of these weird Wabbit. Some weird ones. Name this game. Mine are 20. Yeah, Beanie Bopper. I got that from it was a friend of my little brother. He's come over and hang out. Got that game from him. And there's my Activision games. Hero, Double Dragon, Kung Fu Master, predecessor to Kung Fu, pretty much. It's what Kung Fu is. And here it is out here. Beat 'em and Eat 'em, Bachelor Party. And then here's Custer's Revenge. And a Death Trap, and then Lose Control, which is top 9 most valuable game for the system. Hard to get. Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Cubert Cubes, very hard to get. Cakewalk, another game worth about $200 plus. It's very hard to come by. Just random controllers I collected from back when they came out. I bought all the different colors. Picked this one up more recently when I was on vacation. We got Sega game. Oh, the Jaguar controller. Show you that. Sega games. So we got some good ones in here. I got the Fix Felix I picked up. That was a special cart. Haunting. Ristar Crusader of Senti. This game has gone up tremendously in value. I am so glad I have it now because I probably couldn't afford that. Splatterhouse 3, Castlevania Bloodlines. Bought that for like $5 back when it, I want to say 16 years ago. So I'm glad I did that. Same thing with Turtles Hypersonic Heist. We got some other good ones. Alicia Dragoon. Kid Chameleon, Michael Jackson. Alright, and here's a couple of Fairy Tale, Sword of Sidon. And here's my Master System games. Got Shinobi, Power Strike I just picked up, Golden Axe Warriors, hard to get games. Ghouls and Ghosts. Rampage, Lord of the Sword. And my Alex Kidd Shinobi World. That's a really cool game. Double Dragon. It's better on this system because you can play 2 players at the same time, which is fantastic. Shinobi. Favorite game on the system. Love Shinobi. That version is my favorite.